Good evening, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I welcome Dr. Ravindra Kulkarni, and he will speak on the topic Marigold cultivation, marketability, and challenges. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Ravindra Kulkarni, working as a general manager in Katra Phytochem Private Limited. This is a nutraceutical company. We are working from 1996 plus the 30 years with marigold cultivations in Karnataka. As you know that marigold is a horticulture crop as well as it is a medicinal plant used in tincturing, wound healing, and even for the animals. Majorly, marigold is used for puja, as everyone knows, for the garlanding and for pujas. Also, it is a famous or it is a well known for the trap crops for the agriculture. Trap crops is one which it has a very good ornament attractive color, so that all the pest and insects will attract on the flower, and it will sit on the flower and protect the other crops to infection. Or majorly, this marigold is used in the combination or in the crop of chili, cotton, red gram, banana, even the bit leaves, palm leaves. It has a very good nematocidal property to control the infection of nematode. Nematode is nothing but a root-borne diseases, which maximum the food is eaten by these nematodes, so that the food is not going to the upward, so the plant will die. To protect that, marigold used to control this nematode in all the crops. Marigold crop can be grown in all the any places, any land, any soil conditions. There are many varieties of marigold, like yellow, orange, red, etc. In cultivated, majorly this marigold is cultivated as a ornamental and as a commercial. In commercial, majorly market purpose, which is having a good shelf life and the full bloom, that it is called the honeycomb flower, which can be used on, for the garlanding and pujas. Another variety is the industrial variety. It has a very short shelf life, and it is used for the carotenoid extractions. Carotenoid is majorly, it has a content of lutein and zeaxanthin, which is used for the nutraceutical and pharmaceutical products, as well as the color industry, natural colors. It is a good old practice to cultivate as a trap crops, as I mentioned earlier, and puja, and from small scale of commercial. Commercial majority is in a contract farming system. In agriculture, there are majorly two crops are growing as in the contract farming. One is the marigold and is the gherkin. Other medicinal plants are grown, but is a very small quantity, not in the lakhs together of tons. So commercial contract farming will be the gherkin and marigold. So in the marigold, there are many players, particularly for the carotenoid business. There are six to seven companies in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. And this marigold is cultivated majorly in Karnataka, particularly south like Mysore, Mandya, Hassan, and north Karnataka like Belgaum, Bijapur, Bagalkot. In middle Karnataka, Davangere, Harapnali, Ballari, and Vijayanagar districts. Other than Karnataka, it is grown in Tamil Nadu at the second list, and the next will be the Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Maharashtra. This commercial crop, particularly marigold, is one variety which is called the Tagetes erectus, which is a hybrid variety. It is cultivated in a commercial scale as a contract farming. As I mentioned, it can be grown in any soil condition with a proper irrigations. It cannot be grown in rain-fed. because it requires around 6 to 8 water irrigations. It is a light loving plant, means it requires 12 to 13 hours sunlight. It can be grown in the other season also, like winter and summer, but the crop will be the height will be the less. So as a commercial point, it can, for commercial, it should be grown in the rainy season. Ornamental, which is used for the garlanding, they can be grown in winter and summer because it is having a very less yield. For 1 acre of land, it requires around 11,000 to 12,000 seedlings to get the proper yield, and it is 120 to 140 days crop. So it will be split into 3 stages: 20 days for the nursery, 60 days for the vegetative growth, and 60 days for the flower. It is a continuous picking, so it will be considered as 8 harvests, so that every week the farmer has to harvest. It requires around 90 to 100 grams of seeds to cultivate 1 acre, and it is grown in a normal nursery, is a normal bed culture. For ornamental purpose, it will be seed count, and it is very costly. It requires around 1,000 seeds in a. They cannot be grown in acres. It can be a gunta, so like 10 gunta or small area. But commercial can be grown from half acre to 2 acres. That is the most advisable cultivations. In particularly in cultivations, there is different method. Like first, farmer has to grow a nursery. So the open field, that raised bed nursery, he has to grow, and it will be around four in the area of 400 to 500 square foot. They will get around 19,000 to 20,000 seedlings. So for 1 acre, we required around 12,000 to 12,000 seedlings. So nursery should be grown for 20 to 25 days. After nursery, the main land has to be prepared. The transplanting should be the gap of plant to plant is 1 feet and row to row 4 feet. So that a sufficient space, air and light will be enter into the plant, and there is less disease and pest. After transplanting, after 7 to 8 days once, 7 to 10 days, and 15 to 20 days, it requires the intercultivation by bullocks or tractor. So 2 to 3 times intercultivation is required. Once the intercultivation is done, then there is the plant is having a upper root, that is called the white root or aerial root. So it requires a lot of soil to support the plant. Otherwise, the plant will fall on the sun, and the more disease will come. And second thing is, the plant will not having a number of branches. So it requires the maximum earth support. It is called the earthening up. So 2 to 3 times earthening up is required. Once the earthening up is required, done, then after 1 knee high height or height of 1.5 feet, so you have to pinch the top leaf. It is called the nitting. So after knitting, the branches will be more. So after knitting, so that will be around 45 days. Then after 60 to 55, 45 to or 50 to 60 days, the flower will start blooming. The once the flower is started, then every 6 to 7 days, the flower has to be harvested. So like that, so you have the 8 weeks, the flower will be harvested. The yield will be like in average, it is coming to 8,000 kgs or 8 metric ton. Maximum, even our farmer are going 20 to 22 metric ton with a proper package of practices. As presently in contract farming system from the all companies, the price is 9,400 rupees per ton. So for considering the 8 metric tons, around 75,000 will be the overall revenue. The cost will be it's including of irrigation, labor, tractor, input, everything. The max to max it will comes to around 40,000. So it will be around 30 to 35,000 will be profit to the farmer in a period of 3 months. And if they do for the contract farming, so it will be every week they will get the money like milking. So when farmer, if the, for example, consider as a milking, so milk will be sell immediately the payment will be done like that. Every week the farmer will get the money, and the same thing, there is no grading. Only thing is adulteration is like water adulteration or mixing of other things. It should not be done. Otherwise, the farmer will get the good income. For the ornamental purpose, ornamental flower can be grown. It requires around it will the height rate will be the depends on the market. Like for example, it will be 20,000 per metric ton or 40,000 metric ton. On considering an average, it will be around 20,000 rupees per metric ton. But the yield will be very very less because it is a very height is less, and flower size will be more, but the period will be very very less. So they can harvest around 2 to 3 metric tons in the period of one cycle. So it will be around 60,000. So the cost will be the same because the seedling cost will be more, seed cost will be more, and the cultivation chemical will be more. So on average, again, it will be taken as a 40,000, hardly 20 to 15 to 20,000 will be the margin profit. So one advantage of the marigold cultivation with the contract farming is one is the company is there, so they will give all the inputs, and they will give they procure the material, and they will do the technical support, as well as immediately they do the payment to their accounts. So for the any crop, for example, comparing of other like maize or other maize or finger millets, which are the cereal crops or pulses, considering all these things, the marigold will be the more profitable than other things. For the commercial venture, like for example, turmeric or sugarcane or some other horticulture crops, see, they compared to the overall price, it is not a profitable, but for the other crops, it is a profitable. And second thing is the for after marigold cultivation, the land will be more fertile. So for one acre of marigold waste is almost equal to 30 to 40 metric tons of compost. So they can reduce the one is input of the chemical fertilizer, and they enrich the soil so to grow the another crop. Coming to the challenges, for the marigold cultivation, there are many challenges because of the individual families. As you all aware that most of the farming communities are scattered, and farming people itself is day by day it is reducing. The youngsters are moving to the cities and looking for the jobs. So in the farming community, the labor is the major challenges for the marigold. One is the cultivation methods they have to follow, and second is the labor availability because it is a laborious starting from transplanting and nipping and flower harvest. Because flower is multiple harvest, so that it requires the maximum labors and right time. And the third one will be the farm equipments because it is a very hardy crop, but without any land loosening or support, land support, or like soil support, the yield will be very very less. It requires a maximum intercultivation or soil earthing up. So for that we require the bullocks or the tractor. That is also a part of challenge, and a proper equipment models also. So for example, sugarcane and all, they have a earthing up, or a turmeric people, they have a small tractors. From that they can do the earthing up, so that higher yield, higher the plant height will be higher, and the yield will be more. Even in the small one individual, like individually they grown nurseries, they can harvest at up to 15 to 20 tons in a season. And the second one will be the crop knowledge. as it is a simple crop, but it requires some technical support on the particular stage of POP. These are the challenges faced by the farmer. If they overcome this, definitely it will be the highest income and land fertility. Coming to marketability, major product or this flower are going to the ornamental, but not in the high scale, because it only depends on the pujas or festivals, local market. If it comes to thousands of lakhs of tons, then it cannot be marketed in the local and the price will be dropped down. The second option will be the contract farming. As I discussed earlier, there are many companies that are taking this flower on contract farming for the color extractions. So that is the one is the opportunity, buyback opportunity. Second is the company will provide all the support and there is no grading. So whatever the price is fixed at the initial stage, that will be continue at the end of the season. So there is no issue of the market fluctuable. But in the market price, in the festival it will go up to 100 rupees or 80 rupees. Sometimes it will go drop down to 5 rupees. And no will buy after once the flower is decayed or some problem. But in contract farming, one is the shelf life is less, and directly the flower, the whatever the flower farmer goes, the company will goes to their farm gate and collect the farmer, and the transportation will be done by the companies, not the farmer. So that is the advantage in the contract farming with a marigold. And the third one is the market final product from the marigold industry. Marigold cannot be processed at the farm gate, but other product like maize or turmeric, they will be processed at the farm. But this marigold is cannot be processed at the farm gate. One is it's a perishable good. It has to be marketed immediately to the market, and if they have some facilities for a dryer or solar dryer or something, leaf can this flower petal can be dry and used for the tea purpose. It is very pocket small pocket market. Organically it is there, but it is not a huge quantity. And the second third one is this product cannot be processed in their farm. Like for example, these industries have a processing unit, so they will be stored in the particular storage area and they will process, and it will be used for the color extractions. But this cannot be done at the farm gate. And for processing also, it's very difficult at the farm gate because it requires a lot of machineries. One is farmer has to be stored for the some process that is called the silaging. So flour will be stored in a silage and it will be processed. Then only the pellet will dehydration, remove the water, then make it into powder or pellet. Then the extraction will be done. It's called the oleoresin. From oleoresin, lutein and zeaxanthin will be extracted from the flour. The major industry are this used for the nutraceuticals, for the color extraction, for and pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, and natural colors, as well as this is majorly marigold is used for prepare the feed grade ingredients. So the feed majorly the consumption will be for the piggeries and poultries to enrich the antioxidant as well as the protein in the skin and overall body. So that more protein will be accumulated in the body, the consumer will be get the good protein from the egg or chicken or piggeries. So this is all basically with cultivation and market potential challenges I explained. Any questions or anything is open for discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for an informative presentation. I'll take up the questions now. The first question is, Sir, what are the major challenges farmers face when shifting towards medicinal or phytochemical crops?
See, major challenges for the farmer cannot be processed at the farm. First, as I told, okay, so it has to be go through the some industrial level. Uh, because it has a very long process. The farmer has the flower should be stored and it will be dehydrated. Then only it will be going for the color extractions. At the farm level, it's very difficult and it cannot be done. One is fresh. This is a perishable. Second thing is it requires a lot of machinery work.
Okay. Sir, what is the ideal crop cycle and how many harvests can farmers expect per season?
Yeah, this is the, as I told, this is a one season crop. Like it should be grown from the season start from April. Okay, April sowing and May will be one after 1 month. It will be transplanting, and after the transplanting, it's 60 days for the this vegetative growth. After 60 days, the 60 days will be the harvesting period. So 60 days means 8 weeks harvest. Per week harvest, they have to farmer has to harvest it every week. So that 8 week harvest, it will be like a bell curve. Like for example, if the cow is start milking, that time initially it will use a small quantity, like 5% or 10%. Then it will increase, like again increase. The cycle will be again come down. So it is called the life cycle curve, bell curve. So similarly, marigold also in eight harvest, initially they use 5 to 6%, then 10%, 15%, 20%, and 25%. Then again it come back to 20, 20, 15, and 10. So that eight harvest within a period of 2 months.
Okay. How important is nursery management in marigold cultivation success?
Now, marigold cultivation is very simple. In the for example, particularly in the ornamental purpose, ornamental varieties, because the seed number will be higher. For the sorry, this commercial contract farming system, the seed quantity will be more and easy to monitor and easy to manage at the farm gate. If it is the ornamental, the seed count will be the very less. For one packet, it is hardly 1,000 seeds. So the nursery has to be grown in the pro tray. But in the commercial agreement, this contract agreement, it is not like that. Very easily can be grown in the raised bed, and within 3 to 4 days, the germination will be seen. After 25 days, the farmer can be transplant, and they will get the higher number of plants compared to pro trays.
Okay. What are the major market challenges for marigold? Loose flowers, garlands, extraction, etc.
Uh, Extraction, there is no issue because many a number of players are there to buy the product. But only thing is the transportation. So it has to be a cluster wise. If the company wants some flower, they require a minimum quantity of flowers to transport or for the logistic purpose. For the farmer, garlanding and all, it depends on the area to area and festival. For example, in the metro cities, everyone using for the garland and all. So there is a easy market. But in a locally or some small cities, it is very difficult to sell whatever they produce. And if everyone produce, then the market, the price will be very less. And this is puja only for majorly it is used for the garland, not directly with the puja also. So challenge will be there for the fresh flower.
Okay. How do price fluctuate during festivals versus off season, and how can farmers plan for this?
See, if they are going for the only for commercial purpose, they have to start uh, like in the month of July. So they will get the flower during Dasara, Deepavali, or Ganesha time. So the price will be higher end. In the if the season is over, then the price will be very very less. Even it can drop even less than 5 rupees. In the particular Dasara and Deepavali, it will be reaching to even up to 100 rupees per kg. Metro cities it will go up to 200 also.
Okay. Is there a scope for value addition like oil extraction or natural color production to increase profits?
Yes, there is, but there is like particular oil for the leaf. It is called the essential oil distillation. From the whole plant, it can be distilled, extract the oil, this aromatic oil, and it is used for the one is for the medicinal purpose, and second thing is the pesticidal purpose. It is under R&Ds in most of the this one because it's directly linked to the agriculture, and even the medicine also very very less used for the medicine purpose for the particularly oils.
Okay. Can farmers enter into contract farming or buyback arrangements for marigold?
Yes, yes. As I told, there are five to six some companies are there. In particularly in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu is a major belt to cultivate contract farming. The rest of the area is started in Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and UP. This MP. Some of the part is started by the other companies. Based on the cultivation area and volume, the companies will be invest in the machineries.
Okay. What are the most common pest and disease issues in marigold and how can they be managed sustainably?
See, basically, it is a very hardy crop. If the temperature is high, that time they will get the particularly thrips and mites. There is a major pest, and the diseases heavy rain or something like that only the alternaria or cercospora will come. Otherwise, it is actually simple crop. It can be managed with a very limited chemicals or even the organically.
Okay, sir. Uh, how do weather changes or climate variability impact marigold yield and quality?
Yes, it is a very dependent on the climatic conditions. Uh, Whatever the water facilities to provide to the plant, it is not sufficient. It requires proper aeration and the light. And second thing, if something is a cloudy weather is there, then the disease will be more. If the rain is not there, then it yield will be very very less. To most of the infection, particularly mites and thrips, are the major infection to the plants. So the yield will be reduced. Climate factor is major role in the marigold cultivation.
Okay. I'll move to the next question, sir. Sir, what are the biggest marketing challenges farmers face after harvest?
Basically, labor. If they properly harvested in time, there is no market issues. As I said, if they have a contract farming system, the company will buy directly at the spot. If it is they are going to the market also, that is a price flexibility. Less price is the major issue, major problem. Otherwise, there is no issue in the marketing.
Okay. How can farmers reduce post-harvest losses in such a perishable crop?
So basically, in time harvesting is the important. As you told that perishable. It should be reached to the fresh, okay, to any industry or any farmer. The whole day, like for example, morning, afternoon they have to harvest, and by evening it has to be reached to the complete. So there is no post harvest loss. If they keep the flower at the farm gate or at the home, the automatically the flower will be start decaying and it is nothing but is a compost only, used for the compost. It cannot be used for the any other purpose.
Okay. Can marigold be integrated into crop rotation or intercropping systems effectively?
Yes, it is one of the best. As I said, even sugarcane in the combination of sugarcane be marigold can be incorporated even in the maize or in the cotton or chili, any other crops, even horticulture also, one it can be grown, and is the most profitable one is the income generative. Second one is the soil fertility will be increased. Third one will be it is having a nematocidal, so that the seed-borne diseases or some soil-borne disease will be controlled by using this marigold.
Okay. What role does marigold play in natural pest management like trap cropping?
Yes, it is a very good trap hope, I said, because it's a very high attractive colors. It can be majorly combination with the chili and cotton is the best. Chili, cotton, and maize. Sorry, in brinjal, it is the best crop for the trap crops. So it will control majorly pest and diseases. Pest mainly, pest.
Okay. Are there any new technologies or practices improving productivity and profitability?
So machineries are the important steps. So from the last, I can say that around 10 years period of in the period of 10 years, up to harvest, up to till harvest, the most of the machineries are already incorporated. Like for example, drones are used for the sprayer. Even the tractors are used for the intercultivation and earthing up. Even the planting drip irrigation are used to control the water loss, and even the sprinklers are used. In the nursery also, the foggers are used. But in harvesting, there is no machineries as of now. If the machineries comes for the harvesting, then the farmer will grow. Every farmer will grow the marigold. It's a more profitable than any other crop, I can say. Only the problem with the labor for during harvesting. That is the only issue faced by the farmer.
Okay. Sir, for farmers with 1 to 2 acres, what would be the realistic investment yield and profit margin?
See, as I said, this is a labor oriented. From my experience, if the farmer grown in a point 0.5 acres, half acre of land, he can get around 8 to 9 tons, 8,000 to 9,000 per acre. So hardly he can invest around 20,000 and get around 70 to 80,000, around 60, 70,000 he will get the profit. If the farmer increases from point 0.5 to 1 acre, again he'll get the 8 to 9 tons, because there the major majorly labor is a role. So if they is not done properly in pure package of practices as well as the harvesting, the yield will be less and there is no profitable. If he increase from 1.5 to 2 acres, the yield is not much. Like for example, if for 2 acres, he'll get around 6 to 12 tons only, 12 to 13 tons. 1 acre he'll get 8 tons. Half acre also he get 8 tons, but 1.5 acre also he get. If he manage the labor availability in time harvesting, then even 2 acres he can get around 40 tons to 50 tons.
Okay. What mistakes should new farmers avoid when starting marigold cultivation?
Basically, the plant population is a major thing, because one plant can give up to 2.5 kgs. So number of plant is important per acre. Okay. So second thing is the in time package of practices and irrigation, because it requires 4 to 5 irrigation. 4 to 5 irrigation is a minimum, and harvesting. If they do these things, then they will be profitable.
Okay. Which markets, local versus export versus processing, are more stable and reliable?
Processing and export only, I can say. Local market we cannot depend because it's all seasonal and festival based. Uh, for the export and this one, like last 30 40 years, the market is similarly same trend. So the export will be the more profitable for the after processing.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we would like to thank Dr. Ravindra Kulkarni for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will now be closed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.